Yo, what's good? This is your boy Zetamind TV, and I got kind of a different video today. As you can see, I fell in love with the first Descendant. Right now, I'm using Bunny, but I wanted to give some guys, give you guys tips and tricks, and little things like the basics to know to give you a good foundation when starting the game. First of all, let's start with the Descendants themselves. When you first start the game,
are you ready to be?
You get a choice between Vesa, Ajax,
Let me tell you how I managed to come back from the moon.
and Lepic.
This operation?
There's no right or wrong start, no right or wrong answer. Just pick who resonates with you. I clearly started with Vesa and moved on to Bunny for farming reasons, which we will get to.
Are you?
But yeah, I bought her. I made a mistake with her. Not that she's a bad descendant, but we'll also get to the mistakes that I made that I made the mistakes so you don't have to. Okay, so one of the first things you need to know as a beginner, finish the story. It doesn't matter what gear you have equipped. If you want to get to that end game, you see I did a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't matter until you get to the end game, which is we drop 100 gear that you need to know about mid-maxing the gear that you get. Just get stronger gear every 5 levels or so. Don't rush to level up. I know a lot of people like to jump into the defense missions and level up that way. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you do not even find a gear that's on your level until later into the story. So rule number 1, definitely finish the story first. Get to that end game so you can really start the grind. Number 2, which is most important when finishing your story. Understand, actually, I'll go to the guy that's going to prompt you for the mission. I'll go right over here. Understand that bosses have, when you do your interceptors, each boss has attributes that are very important. If you guys want me to do a boss guide, link in the description, leave your comment in the description below, and I would definitely do that. But each boss has weak spots. Each void boss has different things you can do when they're in certain states, and they have different attributes and different weaknesses. Pay attention to these. They also have a recommended resistance rate at the bottom of each boss, and that's with every single boss that you will encounter, leading all the way up until this asshole right here. But understand, he gets easier when you learn how to do it. But understand that each boss has weaknesses. So that is the only point in the beginning game where your build might matter just a little bit, but the gear you're wearing doesn't matter just as much. Another thing, that you should know. This area right here, it has a fast travel point for a reason. This is the most important area to you in the game, and we will get into touch with that in just a second. But that is one thing I wanted to get out the way. Finish the story. You will level up as far as you go along. You will hit level 40 before the end of the story. Just finish the first campaign so you can unlock hard mode and start grinding for better gear. Next, say you finish the game, you finish the hard mode. You finish the game on normal mode, you unlock hard mode. What is next? Next, you want to start looking at learning your Descendants. So when you go back to the Descendants for a second.
Are you?
Every Descendant has different, if you look at their skills, they all have a passive ability. They all have different abilities that you can trigger. And different, since like Bunny has her 2 main things that most people will use is her singularity. So you want to look at building, we're going to go over builds, but you want to look at these stats to make sure you're building your Descendant to the best of their material. As you can see, Viesa, I call her Osa because, you know, let us know. But you can see Osa has a bunch of, she's fusion based. So you want to equip certain modules, mind you, that either go fusion or if you want to bet on her ultimate tech. Each Descendant has something like this.
Do as I say if you want to live.
All right. So you definitely want to make sure you're building your Descendant correctly. This is the next. I'm getting Kyle next because he's with the shits. I like being with the shits. My next Descendant, I'm going to purchase him. It's going to be Kyle. I'm not grinding for Kyle. I did purchase the other one though, the toxic chick. Her name is.
Are you?
I did purchase Frana. But I digress. Learn the basics of your Descendant first so you can know how to build your Descendant properly. And what do I mean by build? So just like Warframe, there's a modular system, right? You get 3 tabs. But there's a modular system and there's a polarity system. See, I have a farming build. I have a bossing build. I'm still working on my bunny. But the modular system comes into play because you want to build your Descendant correctly based on your Descendant. I know Kyle's going to be heavy on the shield side, so I will build Kyle for shields. Bunny is real big on her singularity power, so I'll build it for singularity and defense. But you get these cards by doing different missions, they drop and everything else. And they're just like in Warframe. If you ever played Warframe, if you never played Warframe, these help make your Descendant more powerful if you build them correctly. So, which leads me to my next point. Why do I have so much cap? So, you have a modular cap. That's another thing to keep in mind. You have a modular cap, right? So, I have made a energy. She's at 80 now. But I made an energy, this thing called a energy modulator. When you connect these materials right here, you can build an energy activator and that will increase your cap. You can also make polarity catalyzation catalysts. These act like they will do things like, I'll go over here. See these symbols right here? When these symbols are matched to certain cards, like here, they'll light up in green. So what they'll do when when lit up in green, they lower the cost of those cards, which also helps utilize your module capacity better. And which leads me to my next most important thing about this. An easier, cheaper way to increase your modular cap. It doesn't matter which melee skill it is. If you equip any melee skill and max it out, you're guaranteed an enhanced cap of 10 points. So although I increased her cap, I increased her energy cap to 70 using the energy activator, she has 80 points. Why is that important? Because each one of these cards, as you level them up, will increase the cost of having them equipped, which is why everything in here, the matching of the symbols in the slots, the leveling up the cards is important towards your power, and leveling that up will give you an increase. Now, they also have, I have to switch to Vesa for this, ultimate cards. And with ultimate cards, as you increase their value, the cost of using them goes down. So how many tries do I have? Say I was to go in here, right? To talk to this guy. This is where you enhance your modules. You can dismantle and combine modules. I will dismantle some duplicates, not all, because you need them for different characters. But as you can go in here to increase, you need void charge. You have to farm for it. It drives the cost of using these cards down, which increases your cap. So those are some cheap ways to increase your cap on the character, which is important because the more powerful cards you can equip, the more powerful your character. Another thing, I'm going back to Bunny.
Are you?
Another thing that is very important. Say you beat the story, you beat the end game, your character's doing good, blah blah blah. Your modular, you're building your character's modules pretty decent. Yeah, you know they up there, they ready to go. Your gear. So always look for different stat bonuses on your gear. So I'm in the end game, you see a lot of purples here, you see some legendaries. The only legendaries you can find are modules and reactors. You see all of these? I always keep the legendary ones. I never keep the purple ones. That's just a preference of mine. Although I know I'm doing myself a disservice. Don't judge me. But you can mass delete stuff. You can even go down here to filter, to set what you want to delete automatically. Like you see I just mass deleted stuff. You can set the tier you want to auto delete, the level you want to auto delete, to include or exclude things with unique abilities. It just makes managing your inventory better. But like I said, I digress. Back to my point. You want to read these before you delete them. So I've got an electric character, right? I don't have any electric mods. This game, the UI makes it very easy for you to filter out certain things. Singularity. So this is singularity, right? Bunny is a singular character. I'm using an electric mod. I will not use a frozen mod on Bunny. Why? Because this looks like it would work better for Viessa. Just like I wouldn't use a fire mod on Bunny. Why? Because this will not benefit Bunny in any way. I will always stick to an electric singular because the skill that I like to use of Bunny requires singular skill power boost, which boosts the two main abilities that I use with her, which is her AoE attack and her running attack. That's just how I build my Bunny. Builds may vary however you want to build them for your skills. Just build for the right skills, which is why it is important to understand your descendants and how their skills are affected by the modules you use. Something I wish I knew earlier. Another thing that is most important when it comes to this game is access info screen, right? So you're farming, you're looking for specific things. External components, they got all this doesn't really matter. It doesn't tell you what to acquire. Like it tell you where to acquire certain ones, but this is kind of like as you go. If you're looking for a specific set bonuses, which I haven't gotten that far yet, then this will tell you where to get those. But anything you want to farm, like I'm farming catalysts, this should be. I should take the tracking off. If you want to say I want to track the energy thing, right? I can track all of this and it'll tell me exactly where to get this stuff. Exactly where to get anything that you're looking for, materials, anything that you're looking for. It will tell you how to get it. All right? That's another. It'll tell you exactly how to get whatever you're looking for. And all you got to do is, like, say I want to look for an ultimate module, right? I can tap not on sort by tier all, go to Descendant, right? Or that gives you the rarity. Anything that I'm looking for, say I go in here and I type MP. MP plunder. Say I want to look for MP plunder, right? It'll tell me exactly where to look and exactly what mission it drops from. and that mission will give you the percentage chances of those drops. This game is about, it's a looter shooter, it's about the grind, and yeah, this tab right here will teach you how to, not only teach you how to target farm, but show you how to target farm for different materials that you need for different weapons. Say I actually need to build another one of these. Say I wanted to build a thunder cage. Boom. It tells me exactly what mission to do, where I will find it. Boom. Thunder cage, polymer sanctum, 20% drop. The drop percentages. This page right here will be your saving grace in regards to farming anything from Descendants. Anything. This right here, this access info is your saving grace. Materials, everything. It is your saving grace. Whatever you need to farm, it will show you how to farm it. All right. The last but final tip. This lady right here is another important thing for you. Why? Because the research center is where you build your materials. Your materials to not only level up your weapons, but level up your I said level up, I'll show you. But this is where you grind all the materials that you will need to farm for certain Descendants, to farm for weapon pieces, to farm for different materials you might need to make the weapon pieces. This is basically your forgery if you've ever played Warframe. Most important area in the game. Everybody has to come here. This place and your module. Your module enhancement area. Also, I said something about leveling up your gear, right? So you can level up weapons. I'm already at level 100, so it doesn't matter so much. Anytime you craft a legendary, it is at level 1. You will need material. You will need these right here to level up your legendary weapons, and they will copy the level of whatever weapons you have in your inventory. So you sacrifice a weapon, you level up that weapon to that level. So if I was to come in here with a level 1 Greg's Revenge Reverse Fate and wanted to level it up, if I had a level 100 machine gun, pistol, or whatever, I'll merge it with this, use my catalyst, and my weapon will now be at level 100. That also works with these. If I wanted the Tamer, which is a really good gun, if you get one, keep one. If I want to level it up, come in here with, like, say, a level 3 Tamer, merge it with a level 100 weapon, I now have a level 100 Tamer. These cost more than these. These are the legendary weapons cost one of these. The other weapons cost maybe 4 or 5 depending on the level. Alright? If I wanted to re-roll, you go to weapon readjustment. This is how you re-roll your legendaries or your base weapons. I go in here, I pick the stats I want to keep. See how it says I have 2 now? For every one of these, 5 now. So pick the stats you want to keep, or you can re-roll the whole thing. I want to keep recoil, and I want to keep, so let me see what I get. Wow. Toxic attack, status effect, attribute trigger, and that's on top of my roll. So I got some rare rolls. Hey, that's cool with me. That's how you re-roll your weapons. Say I wanted to enhance a unique ability. So this gray bar next to my legendary weapons, right? Actually, I'm gonna do that in a separate video. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. But those are the general basics. Your mailbox is right here. What is your mailbox for? To get mails, the communication box from other players, I believe. The mail is from the developers. Lost and found. If you've ever played Borderlands, this was all your drop items that you didn't pick up. Your inventory was too full, or this, that, and the third. They will send your loot to your mailbox. That way you can filter through it and get rid of it. And those are just the basics, okay? Those are just the standalone basics that you need to know when starting the first Descendant, okay? Get through your levels, finish the main story, You level up as you go. Don't worry about gear too much till you hit the end game where you start getting grinding level 100 gear. Then you can start mid-maxing your gear. Everything comes with a drop rate of some degree based on you trying to build. Wherever you're trying to build, that's when you start paying attention to those little texts under your gear. This is your boy Zetamind TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, hit that comment box below and I will do a video or something regarding your concern. Enjoy the game. It's free to play. I recommend it to everybody. Y'all know Siege is a main staple on this channel. This is taking me from that. So, this is your boy Zetamind TV. Peace.